when you first wake up and you someone don't be thinking about or feeling a lot of more like different things or different problems what happened more like yesterday or the day after, then more you start more like having these more these thoughts and having these different feelings connected to more different more like problems or something like this thing attached, like this thing like a holding more like this more like bad thing more happened yesterday or that thing happened the last week, like a really holding feeling more like on you and stuff like attaching to you when you first wake up. If you someone wakes up and these type of feelings don't more like pops right on you like the very first second, but all of a sudden now you're starting to have these things. Again, this is more negative spirits and negative psychics is forcing and holding these things on you to wake up to feeling these things and thinking these things. It's very similar to more like what I said before when you wake up, you need more like taking on a few seconds, on a few minutes, have anything off with you, anything change with you, any tampering with you more like physically, spiritually, and mentally, anything. This is more pre-attack, more like you waking up with all these problems stuff. When you first wake up, you shouldn't want to have be all these negativity things flow into your thought process. That could be one, two, three, four. Trying to hold that topic about more like what happened more like yesterday, including naturally, you're not more like a feeling like that. That's more like it's day one you've been thinking like that when these things happen to you. Even then, more like it's just not natural. I can't see how many times I wake up when it comes down to more of the different things, more happen more like yesterday or the day after. I don't want to be thinking about them things. So yes, it's definitely not a natural thing to be thinking about all these different things and stuff. But negative spirit, negative psychic will literally more enforce them bad feelings and enforce them thoughts on you. Be aware as well more when the negative spirits and psychic be doing things to you in a negative way, they try to put it into a kind of a positive way, kind of like a negativity reminder when you already know what happened more yesterday. So yeah, be aware they're trying to change it into a positive. All along, this is more of a category of controlling you. It's a long list of different types of ways in more like they try to control you, especially when they're around you 24 hours. Now, I literally mean 24 hours. When you wake up, they're around you. When you're about to sleep, naturally or unnaturally, they're there. In the dreaming more like category, they're there. So they're literally more around you 24 hours. So you got plenty of time to study more like how you are, what things you do physically, how your thought process is, things you like, things you don't like. They got plenty of time to do a long list of research on you. And to keep up with all that information around you, they be using your brain to keep up with all that stuff around you. So yes, them be aware when they're around you like that. And they are literally using all your five senses and plus to more like they'll find different ways to control you, different ways to manipulate you, switch more like your thought process, and a long list of many, many other things. So yes, they be trying to more like control you as much as possibly. Be aware more like they all into your thought process, try to more like pit things out before you pit out, as in pre-more thought, they begin all into your thought process. So you about to say something, they're more like before you say they try to pit it out before you about to say it. Yeah, be aware of that. Be aware when you even trying to more pit out thing more like is all into your memory category. They begin into all these different detailed sections about you and more very personal things about you. That brings me to another important topic as well about these negative spirits and psychics. You like to really get into your talking category. If you more like was talking with someone before, or more like you was on a video recorder, start talking, and then actual words literally came out of your mouth, words that has nothing to do with what you saying, like these extra words. Them extra words, I like to call these extra words bonus words. These bonus words letting you know how their thought process is. You may be been looking at these words as a mistake or slip up word come out of your mouth. All along, these are negative spirits and negative psychics. It's all into your thought process. And when you be talking at times, They are words more like deeper thinking, literally slips out literally out of your mouth. Words has nothing to do with the topic you're talking about. And it could be with more like anyone. Like you could be talking about to someone, you know, or talking to someone new, or it could be more like video recording, more like information, what they'll put out there. Or you can just be more like doing a documentary. It could be anything. So yes, be aware of extra words coming out of your mouth has nothing to do with the topic you are currently talking about. These are different ways of your brain letting you know more like it's something extra going on with you wrong. The brain has many ways to tell you things. And this is one out of the many different ways the brain be telling you things. So be aware of words you be saying has nothing to do with the current topic you're talking about. Now, these negative spirits and psychics, now when they are in you, now one of the weakness you just cannot stop doing is talking. Like literally talking about this, talking about that, talking about this, and talking about that. They may be talk about things like a few more like a second, then about 20 seconds they're talking again, or maybe 1 minute or two minutes. They don't go 2 minutes long until they got more like talk about something else. They don't sit down more like an hour or 30 minutes and not saying nothing. They're going to say these things throughout your thought process. It's part of the weakness, and as well as part of more the ways is to control you. They talk often through your thought process. You maybe get that confused with your own subconsciousness. All the people do not get that confused with you. That is not you. That is indeed them. Have you ever heard of the phrase before, you are not your thoughts? The observer of the thoughts. You are not the thoughts again. You are indeed the observer. What's going on there? The only reason why you heard this different times, there is some real truth behind that. These are one of the many weaknesses they have, the negative spirits and psychic in you. They do not go too long out more like saying one word. So they don't go an hour, they don't go 30 minutes without saying one word in you. They could be talking about the same stuff. They could be talking about more like something directly happened to you, or they could be more like focused on another more like negative spirit, more like or psychic, more like hawking up more like the attention category. So if you keep on hearing the same thing, focus on more like someone else, again, that's what's going on. There are times that's what's going on. Focus on one more like on negative spirit, psychic, hawking up the stuff. These are more easy to spot out. But still, keep an eye on every single thing and vibration you pick up, everything you feel. If you can actually hear them, this is as well on different categories a good thing. But the physical world will tell you more like that is a bad thing. Going by the physical word is they want you to go to the doctor to get some pills, get some therapy, to get on thoughts and stuff like depressed as far as they most possibly can. But the real question is, why do the physical world tell you that is a bad thing? You can hear these. These say this because the physical world do not want you to really know what the negative spirits and negative psychic are really talking about around you. Once you get past the confusion and distraction, all the different manipulation and feeling to be tossing to you, you start to understand what they are saying for real. When you start to hear them, consider that as the first mental block you managed to break. Next, break another mental block. You start to understand them even more clearly, and you start to more hear them differently. Then break another mental block. You start to really understand every single word and vibration they are saying, every bit of it, even when they are trying to hide. So break through more like 3 mental blocks. The first one, there are more levels to more like what they are saying, because they're trying to really hide in you. Now, if you somehow can hear them to like different devices like a TV or radio, well, these are more examples you have broken to the first level. There are more levels to that, so you need to break to 3 of them. Once you do this, you start to really understand of the scam going around between the physical world and the spirit world. Well, on that note, that we're in it for this one. Hello, I'm official Mr. Vale. If you want to hear about these topics more longer, more depth, go to www.youtube.com/officialmrvale1. Over there, I talk about these things more longer. So catch me over there. I'll catch y'all over there, or I'll catch y'all again over here. I'll see y'all the next time.